Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Starry Tarot. If you are new here, welcome, and thank you so much for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back. Good to see you. My name is Sophie, and I am your friendly tarot reader for this evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever it is, whatever time it is, in your neck of the woods. I can answer any of your questions. All of my donation information can be found at the top of the chat, as well as in the information of the video, live stream, and throughout the body of the chat. I can answer any and all of your questions with the exception of medical or legal questions. I can't go there, can't touch that. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please do let me know. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. We simply ask your spirit guides, your ancestral spirits, your angels, your messengers, if somebody in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why. If not, I'll explain why not. We can also simply ask your spirit guides if they give their blessing towards a particular person in your life, and this doesn't have to be someone of a romantic nature. That's not the requirement. It could be someone of really any capacity in your life. I also provide past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression for as long as I can remember, as long as I was able to read. I've been doing past life regression for years. Through guided meditation, I've regressed others, and I've been regressed myself. But I also found that tarot is a conduit to my ability to utilize past life regression. Very, very fascinating, and we don't have to ask with the intention of it being illustrating a past life of yours that's most relevant to your life now. It can really be with any purpose for any intent. As I mentioned earlier, I can answer almost any of your questions. I answer a lot of romance questions, and for those, I highly recommend my TFI spread, or the OG love reading, as some people call it. It answers what their thoughts, their current thoughts, feelings, and intentions are towards you, in addition to their general energies towards the connection and yours as well. And it can be done with a 5-card mini reading, a 10-card full reading, or a 15-card in-depth reading. I also offer private readings. I offer them by appointment only. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment only, and it's via Zoom, and it's just like the setup here, only it's not on a live stream. It's private, just me and you. So it does offer that discretion, that level of discretion, that level of privacy, and you can give me all the context and backstory that you feel is necessary, and we can answer as many questions as you need, and there's no limitation to the number of cards that I pull, absolutely none. Alternatively, and more for matters of convenience, like if you don't see me online for a while, with that being said, I am leaving the country on the 5th of January until the 26th of January, so I'll be gone for most of next month. But I will do my best to go online when I can. Given the time difference and lack of Wi-Fi, it might be a bit of a challenge, but like I said, I will do my very best. But that having been said, if you have a question that you need me to answer right away, just send me your donation with your question and I can answer it. At the very latest, in 24 hours, I can usually get to you in about 2 to 3 hours, and usually sooner than that. As long as I have a deck of cards on me, I can usually get to you. I do those over voice memos, over DMs, and this is at no additional donation amount, but it's not one-on-one. I do them via voice memos over DMs on Instagram, or if you don't use Instagram, I can always type it to you over email. And I am still offering my annual 2026 or my annual New Year readings. I'll be offering them until the 15th of January. But like I said, I will be leaving on the 5th. I will do my very best to go online as much as I can, as much as I'm able to while I'm gone. But it is a vacation, so I am trying to enjoy myself a bit as well. Take a little bit of a break. But I'm still always more than happy to answer your private questions if I am not online. But yes, I am offering my annual 2026 readings. It is 26, 26, 24 cards, so you do the math, it's a really good deal. Very comprehensive. I pull 2 cards for every month of next year, and we get an overview of your year to come. And I highly, highly recommend them, and definitely recommend that you get them as soon as possible because I will not be offering them forever. That being said, the donation queue is open, so whoever donates first will be read for next. Thank you very much. Hi, cool girl, welcome. Well, thank you so much for your donation, Dee. Thank you, thank you. Are you new to the channel? YouTube recently changed the usernames to people's username signs, so I have a lot of returning clients where I'm not recognizing their name. So I apologize if you're not new. But if you are, welcome, 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 and thank you for being here. How can I help you? Were you interested in a full reading, or did you have two would you like 2 mini readings? You're wondering, how is Dan feeling about you now? So I offer a spread that I've been doing for years. I call it my TFI spread. It answers their thoughts towards you, their feelings towards you, and their intentions towards you, in addition to their general energies and your general energies. Would you want me to do that, or do you just want me to ask what his feelings are towards you? And thank you so much. My goodness, thank you so much, Kay, for your donation. Let's go ahead and add Kay as well. And what is your sign? And what is Dan's sign? Ooh, I'm sorry about that. It's no fun to be snubbed by anybody, but it's especially insulting to be snubbed by someone who's supposed to be bringing you clarity. I'm sorry to hear that. And so, did you want to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or do you just want to know what his feelings are? And did you want this to be a 10-card reading? I need my glasses. I swear I'm getting blinder by the day. Thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Yeah, it's very comprehensive. I totally recommend it. And what is your sign, and what is Dan's sign, hun? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? Angels, masters, and spirit guides. What are Dan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards D? You're a Virgo and you don't know his sign. I never asked him because he's Jewish. I'm Jewish! Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I believe in astrology. Is he Orthodox, though? I'm not Orthodox at all. I'm very, very reformed, very liberal. My rabbi knows that I read tarot, and she's like, I think it's cool. I'm like, all right, girl. All right, we have Page of Cups reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, Queen of Cups, the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Tower reversed, the Star, Seven of Swords, and Nine of Pentacles reversed. Wow, this is rather complex. How long have you known this fellow for? I'm going to determine whether I need to call him a schmuck or not. I'm just kidding. Really? No, he was an older guy and I didn't want him to think, oh, she's a witch. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he may have been a little more conservative for sure. 6 months. Okay. So, and has there been, are you guys currently talking right now? Or do you feel his energy's pulling away? Because I'm going to start with your current energies. You correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? But we have the Page of Cups reversed and the High Priestess. This is telling me that you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold. You feel as though, I often refer to the Page of Cups as the crush card, someone who you have strong feelings for, who you broke it off 2 weeks ago. Gotcha. I was just gonna say, yeah, he's not popping. He popped into your life, and you feel as though he's gone. You don't know if he's gone for good, and we'll get to that in a moment. But you are feeling a little left out in the cold. I feel the High Priestess is very much a card of like singledom, being alone, or feeling alone. And it's also a card of intuition too. I think you're possibly intuitively feeling a certain type of way here, and we can try and determine that in a moment. But that's also a reminder to definitely listen to your intuition right now, babe. That's really important. It's always important, but it's also a signifier that your intuition is not off right now. So if you've got suspicions or inclinations, they're likely to be true. But we'll get more into this here. Some other reader told me he's living life like he's Hugh Hefner, and that pissed me off. Oh, I hope that's not true. I will say I do see some shady behavior, and I'll get to that in a moment. And I don't know how much you know about his private life or his personal life, or he could be lying to you, love. We've got this Seven of Swords here, and I'll get to this at the end with the intentions. But with his current energies, we have the Chariot and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I do feel like he does want to move on here. I don't think he wants to return. I think he has moved on with the Chariot, and I think he's let go with this Nine of Pentacles reversed. He's come to some conclusion that he can't give you what you need, what you deserve. His thoughts towards you, we have the Nine of Cups reversed and the Tower reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. He for whatever reason, something brought him to a level of dissatisfaction in the connection. And it's of no fault of your own. Don't blame yourself. I'm certainly not blaming you. If he wants to blame you, that's on him. You are you. And I will say this: he doesn't want to hurt you. With the Tower reversed, he knows he has, but he doesn't want to exacerbate this anymore. He doesn't want to exacerbate these feelings of I'm assuming pain that you're feeling, abandonment, being we've all been there. I've definitely been there. I don't know if all of us have, but I definitely have. And with an older guy too. Get that. But yeah, I don't think he wants to intentionally hurt you. That's a big one here. But he is aware that he has, and that it's kind of inevitable. But I think when I mentioned that he doesn't want to exacerbate these feelings that he's inevitably put upon you, if you guys were to get back together or start talking even on a friendship level, that's where things would likely get exacerbated. He doesn't feel as though he's the one for you. I feel really stupid because I thought I was special and I realized I was the placeholder. I've been there. I've totally been there. And you're not, but don't feel stupid at all. He's honestly, I'm going to call him a schmuck. I'm calling him out as a schmuck. I don't name names. That's a big, I don't like naming names, calling people names, but I've been there, and yeah, he didn't try to hurt you, but he effing did. And don't feel stupid, love. Don't feel stupid at all, because he does realize that you deserve more. I'll get to that in a second, okay? And I think he might realize I'm not seeing a Hugh Hefner lifestyle, and I don't really like. I think she could have said that more gently. That's but everybody has different styles. But you got to be sensitive with people, with everybody. That's not something I would like to hear. But if that were the truth, I'd rather it be told in a more thoughtful manner. But he doesn't feel like he's the guy that you deserve, love. With this Knight of Cups reversed, but he does hope that you find the right guy. And I think he feels, and this happened to me with this older guy that I dealt with, he felt that he was holding me back because he would never be able to give me everything that I needed and deserved and wanted. Because he ultimately does value you. She was like, good for him. Oh, wow. That is so rude. That is so mean, Dee. I am so sorry. That is so that's so unprofessional. That is so wildly inappropriate. I am so sorry. Jeez, Louise. Good for him? No way. No, this guy, he does value you, love. He does. He does. He sees that you deserve the best. He does. He sees that you are the Queen of Cups. You are special. He does think that you are special. But I don't think he likes himself very much, love. And there is something that he's hiding from you with the Seven of Swords. Either he's lying to you, or he's hiding something from you, manipulating something in the situation, or was manipulating something in the situation. But the Seven of Swords is my least favorite card in the deck. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the worst. It really represents, to me, everything that's unjust: theft, lies, betrayal, deceit, manipulation. I certainly don't. If I saw Three of Cups reversed or something, or the Devil reversed, then I would say, I think maybe he's living a wild life. I'm not getting that he's living a wild life, but that could be the case. And no, not good for him. He needs to grow up. What is he doing? And what is he doing messing with your emotions? I was nothing but good to him. Yeah, but I think he was getting bored, and I have been giving myself hives thinking about this. Oh, he's not worth it, love. He's not worth it. These guys aren't worth it. No way. No way. But I know it's not. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. And I don't know how old you are, and you don't have to tell me, but there's still also a power dynamic there with age gap relationships. I've been in them, and while they do have their positive attributes, there will always be that, and I think he does recognize that. The only good thing I'm seeing here is that he does have somewhat of a conscience, and he does in the sense that he knows that you deserve better. Do I see that he was getting bored? No, it's not so much boredom. I'll tell you that. I don't think it was that he was getting bored, love. I think he just realized that he didn't get out. Your intuition kept on telling you to get out, so you did. Good job, girl. That's this high priestess. That's what Spirit's saying here is don't doubt anything that your intuition tells you or told you. You made the right move. You made the right move, and it's. I think you dodged a bullet here. If this had gone on longer, feelings would have deepened, and I think that's something he recognizes, is that your feelings were deepening, and I don't think he has that emotional vulnerability. This Tower reversed as well. He's not vulnerable enough to allow himself to fall. I mean, he's 50 years old, and I don't see that he's married. I was concerned that maybe he had a secret wifey. No way. I don't get that vibe. But I do get that he's never been a 1-1. I don't think he was cheating on you when he was with you, but I think that he likes variation in his life. I think it's not so much. I think for some women he gets bored with them, but with you it was like this just isn't going to go anywhere because I can't give her what she deserves. And I don't think this is the first time he's experienced this in the past either. I think he's a bit of a, well, I don't want to say, I usually call him Playboy Charles, but we just mentioned Hugh Hefner, and I didn't like that reference. But when I say Playboy Charles, it's just a term I use for an F-boy, basically. And again, I don't get any sense that he stepped out on you physically when you were together, but temptation may have struck. And I'm so sorry, love. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Yeah, I mean, it's never a good time of year to go through a breakup. But I will say, yeah, I got dumped during the holidays once, and it was also right around finals. I failed all my finals after like being on. My teachers allowed me to retake my stuff because I told them, and I ended up getting straight A's. But yeah, he didn't want to be the bad guy. Yeah, yeah, you deserve better. And he, I think he thinks he's a bit of a schmuck. I mean, he's 50 years old and he's still behaving like he's 20. If you hadn't have told me that he was an older gentleman, I would have surmised that he was younger. I was going to ask you that. Well, I kind of, when you said that your intuition said get out, and so you did. I thought to myself, wow, so she initiated this. That's wonderful that you took that initiative. I know it doesn't feel wonderful right now, but you really dodged a bullet here. I promise you. That's not someone that you would want to be with in the long term. And you are special, and you're not stupid. I promise you. I understand those feelings. I've been there. I've definitely been there. And it's hard to just, someone who you've never met before tell you that, but you're definitely not stupid for being a good woman to him. And he recognized that. That Queen of Cups doesn't lie. That's how he sees you. And he feels like he doesn't, that you deserve better. And he doesn't deserve you. In his world, I think everybody's replaceable, love. And I'm not a doctor and I don't like to diagnose people, but he's giving me some narcissistic vibes. And I think, I don't want to say that you are replaceable because that's a cruel thing to say. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't come back. The cards are saying it's likely he won't. But again, with those kind of guys, they kind of do sometimes flutter in and out. But I would hold your boundaries, love. I would really listen to that intuition of yours, that high priestess. You really did yourself a service. You dodged a bullet there, and I know it doesn't feel like it, but it will. You will. I can promise you, you won't regret this. You're gonna find a guy who really treats you the way you deserve, and won't make you feel stupid. Won't make you feel replaceable. He'll let you know damn well how special you are. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Dee, and much love and light to you. I'm sorry about the other reader. I'm sorry about this situation, but I just know from my own experience and from other people I've helped, it'll take a little bit of time. I don't think it'll take too much time, but you will look back at this and go, wow, I that would have been a nightmare going forward. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Don't mean to interrupt. Hang in there. There's something wrong with you. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say, Wendy. It's so true. It's so true. There's nothing. That's precisely the. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. You did nothing wrong, other than being a wonderful Queen of Cups woman. It was a hot mess, but he was showing red flags outside of the reader. Yeah, yeah. Well, girl, of course, your intuition told you. You know, your intuition was like, "Girl, get out." Yeah, and the longer we stay in those situations, the more difficult it is to recognize and identify those red flags. So the fact that you or we can see them, but we often deny them or ignore them. Some of us do. I know I'm prone to doing that. It's hard. It's hard. Our mind, the heart is deceitful above all things. When the heart is involved, all logic goes out the window. You know, it's. I was talking to my hairdresser about that earlier. It's so true. It's so tough. Yeah, people like that like to prey on kind-hearted people. Absolutely. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I was thinking an older guy was a better move. Yeah, girl, when I was 30, I made that a similar mistake. I assumed that an older man would be more traditional, more gentlemanly. One of them was, but he was also a rageaholic, with a propensity towards alcohol. So that's a great combo. That left that very toxic connection. Um, just a troubled guy. But yeah, men sometimes never mature. You know, there's good guys of all ages is what I'm starting to realize, and there's bad guys of all ages. Thank you again, love. He used that age gap to make me feel insecure when he was the emotional. Yes, and that's what I was saying earlier too. I don't know if you heard the whole reading, but there's with those age gaps. There can be some positive age gap relationships that I've seen, successful ones, but there will always be that power dynamic. You know that will always be there. Like if I were, when I'm 50, I could never. I mean, I couldn't imagine dating a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old now. So I certainly couldn't imagine dating a 30-year-old when I was in my 50s. Just because I would feel, I think there would be no way for me not to have some weird superiority complex, no matter how good of a person. We still sometimes have a knee jerk reaction to just assume that younger people aren't as mature when you're clearly the much, much more mature one. Kay made a donation, a very generous donation. Thank you so much. I have not seen him in the chat, but it is his turn. Kay, please come to the chat. Thank you. Hey, Kay. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. I see that. Thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and add you. So Kay, so you donated $49.99. Thank you so much over SuperChat. So were you interested in? Let's see. So that would be an in-depth reading, and we could do another like 12 card reading. You got it. You got it. Please go ahead and post your first question and let me know if you want it to be the 15 or the 12. You are so welcome, Dee, and that is very kind of you. You should never have to thank people for being kind. People should just be kind. And I'm really, really sorry about that experience you had earlier. That's not the right behavior. Not the right behavior from anybody. General 15, you got it. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. All right, we have Page of Swords reversed, Seven of Wands, the Tower reversed, Three of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles reversed, Six of Swords, the Magician, the Sun, the High Priestess, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man reversed, and Nine of Swords. Okay. Interesting energies here. Starting with this Page of Swords reversed, Two of Pentacles and Three of Swords. There's something that, correct me if I'm wrong, Kay, I know that you, I know that you are, you tend to like me to just free flow, but if I'm wrong, correct me, but are you kind of feeling down in the dumps right now? Because this Page of Swords reverse is often a sign that your head is not above the clouds, things are bringing you down. Two of Pentacles is a sign that you're feeling a sense of imbalance right now in your life. And then we have this Three of Swords, which is heartache, disappointment, discontentment. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I am getting some very, very rather heavy energies, at least starting off here. Is this about possibly someone or some, it's like there's something, this, yeah, I have the feeling of desiring more even though life is going well. Gotcha. Okay, that kind of checks out here because I do see a lot of fortitude here, and I know you're a Leo, so that, you know, makes sense. But and I see that with this Seven of Wands. I was just going to say, like, whatever it is that is troubling you, and like you said, it's this feeling like of wanting more, which we all. I'm surprised we didn't see the Four of Cups. It's very much like Four of Cups energy. But you do have a lot of determination. You do know. I hope you know that things are going to come to a change. And I think you do have that awareness with this Ten of Swords reversed, that even though things feel heavy right now, um, it will come to a close, whatever you're dealing with, and you will be able to move forward, onwards and upwards from this energy. And here's where I'm really seeing this fortitude and determination. You've got a very strong, stalwart refusal to allow things to just fall apart with this Tower reversed card. You have a lot of faith in yourself, as you should. With this beautiful magician card right in the center, I call it the crux card. I'm sure I've mentioned that to you before. You get a lot of expanded readings. When I do these 15 card readings, the center card is usually very indicative to the overall energy of what Spirit's wanting you to know. And Spirit's saying, yes, you do have the power, man. You have the resources to power through this, to facilitate change. Because that's what, I think that's really what you're, when you say you want more, things aren't bad, but you are still left wanting more. That does sometimes just require your own free will and your own power, which Spirit is saying you have. And the magician is the great is the one who's able to transform things. They can make something look like an illusion. You know, they have the power, they have the magic. You have the power, you have the magic, you have the wands, you have the swords, you have the cups, you have the pentacles, you have it all. And now this is interesting. Now this is the one thing that's kind of perplexing me. I do need some clarity on this. There we go. I was gonna say I get the energy I'm getting from this Queen of Cups is like nurturing and mothering yourself at this time, being kind to yourself. And I'm so happy I looked at my handy dandy book, because yes, the Queen of Cups is a reminder that the querent honor their sensitivity and allow themselves to feel the full spectrum of emotions that make up the human experience. And this is totally natural, what you're feeling. This is something very common that everybody goes through at some point. I've gone through it. I'm sure the peanut gallery's gone through it. Someone in the peanut gallery's gone through it for sure. And it's nothing to feel badly about, and it's something that's in your hands and that you'll be able to transform. And it will take patience, but it will also take, surveying the current landscape and having a very clear idea of how you want to see things change and manifest in your life, how you want to see this energy of more, so to speak. Gaining clarity on that with this Sun card, I highly recommend visualization and manifestation at this time. The clearer of an idea that you have as to the types of things that you would like to see come to fruition more in your life, the easier it is for not only you to take care of that and make that change, but it's also easier for Spirit to meet you halfway. And Spirit is saying that this will require a change of perspective with the Hangman, possibly looking at your idea of happiness from a different perspective. Like maybe what you considered, ultimate contentment in the past might be something different now. It's definitely something to assess. And it's something that's in your hands. Again, with this Knight of Pentacles, it's nothing that you can't take care of. It's nothing that you can't change with your own free will. And also, don't be afraid to do things your way. To not go the path most commonly tread. To go by the beat of your own drum, so to speak. That will definitely serve you in a major way. And do your best to not let this cause you too much turmoil here, or as little turmoil as possible, because things are going to change. You are going to see things change. Six of Swords, the Magician, things, Three of Wands, things are going to change for sure. But we do have this, Three of Swords and Nine of Swords. Very unfortunate cards. We've got anxiety and sadness. So Spirit does recognize that you are experiencing these things, but they're also reassuring you that they've got your back. You meet them halfway, and you will see changes come to manifestation in your life in a positive way, and in a clearer way than you may have recognized in the past, and in possibly a different way as well. I hope that resonated for you, Kay, and I love the message. It's very true. I mean, you've got the power. The power is in your hands, 100%. 100%. Please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. Yeah, I've been really trying to capitalize on that power to get all I want and more. Yeah, and you can, and you will. That's the power of the Magician. That's one of my favorite cards in the deck. To me, it's the most powerful card in the deck. It's magic. You have the power. You own that magic. What advice does Spirit have for my interactions with Raina going forward? Yeah, have you seen her again recently? And do you know what her sign is? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Awesome. Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? Messengers and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding moving forward with Raina? The Star reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four of Cups reversed, the High Priestess, Strength reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, the Chariot reversed, the Lovers reversed, and Four of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Wow. Okay, this is a whole, again, this is quite a smorgasbord of energies here. So they're definitely not saying to walk away. Okay, they are saying to definitely give this a shot here. But remember how I told you that she's done a 360? Let's call it a 180. She hasn't completely changed, and that's okay. But there still might be some issues, and I'm going to get into that. Starting with the Star Reverse card and the High Priestess. Well, one of the messages I'm getting is to definitely take things slowly here. Definitely pump the brakes. Don't move things too quickly with her. And if she's trying to move things quickly with you, do your best to pump the brakes here, because do be mindful of looking out for those red flags. I know that this is a fresh start and that there is possibility here. There is good possibility here, but you still have to maintain a form of spiritual and emotional protection here. So listen to your intuition, watch out for those red flags. And that's the importance of taking things slowly. If you move things really, really quickly, as I was mentioning to Dee earlier, if you move things really, really quickly, you stand to possibly either not recognize the red flags, become blind to them, or be in denial of them. And then with this Star Reverse card, this is telling me that, yeah, there's definitely a lot more that you need to learn and discover and get to know about her. Like I said, she has changed in a lot of ways. She has grown in a lot of ways. But there are still some things that may have been problematic in the past that are unchanged. But there is potential. There is potential. This is definitely worth giving a shot for sure. With this Nine of Pentacles, you guys already have it passed. But this, it's so long as you take things slowly, so long as you don't move things super quickly. I can't stress that enough. Slow and steady wins the race, and it's going to benefit you the most in the long run. And yeah, I do see this as a fresh start with this Six of Swords. I definitely do. But again, I'm also getting this message to not move this quickly at all. With this Queen of Pentacles reverse, take this very slowly. Okay, there's no need to rush things. No, definitely no need to rush things. This Nine of Cups and Two of Pentacles. Yeah, Nine of Cups and Two of Pentacles. It's going to be a new juggling act, balancing her into your life, balancing a romantic partner, a romantic interest into your life. But I do think that she does stand. You guys do stand to really bring each other a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction with this. We have both the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And Spirit is also saying, I mentioned in your last reading how it was interesting that I didn't see the Four of Cups. But Spirit is saying that the more time that you spend with her and get to know her, taking things slowly, but also spending time with her, getting to know her, it'll actually help you get out of this kind of funk that you're in. And again, I can't stress this enough. Oh my gosh, with the Chariot reversed, do not move things quickly here. Okay, take things slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. No need to rush things. No need to rush things. Now, you said she's a Gemini. I get this feeling of fantasy and start becoming the person and forget to stay grounded and forget who I was before. Yeah, that's really important here to be mindful of that, which it sounds like you are, but to be mindful of that and to do your best to not allow yourself to get ahead of yourself. Because I talk about that a lot. You know, those feelings of fantasy that we develop when we develop or rekindle feelings for someone, we start fantasizing about, things to do with them, and adventures to go on with them, and time spent with them, and it can be. And she's a Gemini, so I'm sure she's going to want to move quickly. Geminis don't waste time. They're fast. They're the Knight of Swords. They move really, really fast. So I have a feeling that and you're a Leo, and you're a fire sign. You guys, it's hard. You don't waste time either. So I think it's important for both of you here, if you do want this to be successful, to not rush this, and to not take that as something negative at all. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. You want something substantial, and I'm hoping that she does too. I'm assuming she does. But with this Lover's reversed card, it's a sign that you could be putting pressure on your relationships, or on this relationship. And when I say putting pressure on this relationship, I mean kind of in reference to what you were just saying, the fantasy versus the reality, the getting caught up, runaway thoughts, so to speak, of desires and fantasies that we have, hopefully for someone, and all in due time, no need to rush things. And then we have this Four of Pentacles here. Wow. I was going to say, what is Spirit telling you to let go of? I'm so glad I've got my handy dandy book here. Four of Pentacles reversed is a reminder to let go of any area of your life where you have been trying to overly control an outcome. Don't try to overly control this outcome by letting yourself, by letting your thoughts run ahead of themselves. You know what I mean? It won't do a service. It won't do a service to this connection. Take things nice and slow and steady wins the race. I promise you. And, well, I can't promise anything, but I am seeing very strongly here that there's definitely a lot of potential. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So long as the two of you take this nice and slowly, just pump the brakes. Doesn't mean that you have to lessen your feelings for her or anything like that, or spend less time with her or anything, but just, don't jump into things, don't rush into things, because you do have to kind of get to know her. I know you guys have a past, but you guys kind of have to reacquaint yourselves after time has passed, and both of you have grown and changed. Okay. I'm so used to being in control of my fate, which you are, which is precisely what we were talking about in the first reading that we did for you, is that you are in control of your fate, but the one fate that we can't control in this life is love. We just can't. That's the one thing we can't force, and I'm not saying, I wasn't accusing you of forcing love, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm the same way. I'm very much, into sovereignty, self-sovereignty, and control of my life, and independence, and making things happen. But when it comes to love, it just has to happen, it has to unfold. And you accidentally try to be in control of others you care about. Yeah, and do your very best to avoid that as well. Yeah, do your very best to avoid that as well, okay? Definitely don't want to be controlling. That's right, I may not have forced them into my life, but I do try to control them. Gotcha, and it's a big problem because I want to see the best in them. And you will, but controlling them is not gonna see the best in them. The best in them is gonna come from them. It's nothing that you can do. We can't change people. We can't mold them to be how we feel would be the best for them. Because what's best for them is really how they see it. And you can want what's best for someone, but if they just aren't proving to be what you see as an ideal person, then it might just not be meant to be. But I'm aware of it now. I saw a movie and it gave me a new perspective on my shadow self. Oh, interesting. What was the name of the movie? And thank you so much, Kay. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Miss Wendy, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question in the chat. Oh, 500 Days of Summer. I've still never seen that movie. But yeah, I do know what it's about. Yeah. What does Spirit want me to know for the month of January? Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Oh my god, Wendy, did I tell you that I booked my trip for London? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for January? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for January? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Wendy need to know for the month of January? Camden. Yeah, I'm staying in. I initially was going to stay in Holland Park. And then I was like, hell no, I'm going to stay in Camden. I'm going to stay at Gothtown, yo. And it's like a 2-minute walk from the Tube, the Airbnb that I got. And I'm taking the train. The train was actually cheaper and easier than a flight. I got really good, because it's off season, so I got really good prices on everything. I know I love Camden. Camden is so cool. It's so gothy. At least it was back in the day when I visited. I would go to London frequently when I was younger. I don't go too often anymore. I'm just so stoked. I'm so excited. So excited for this whole trip, honestly. Much needed break. Although I will say, before I turn your cards, I did a reading asking how my trip to London will go, and it always says the same thing. It's going to cost you a lot of money, to be expected. Things are expensive there, and I'm not going to want to leave. Like, oy vey. We have Temperance reversed, Page of Wands reversed, Strength reversed, 3 of Swords, and the Empress reversed. Oh me, oh my. January looks like a rough month. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie here. Looks challenging. Yeah. What the heck indeed. I'm gonna keep it real with you, girl. This is one of the heaviest readings I've seen in a long time. But free will, girl. Free will over fate. Free will over fate. Did you mention something about the Temperance card? Or was that someone else? No, that was someone else. Okay. I want some clarity on this. I want some clarity on the Temperance reversed, especially here. Wait, what? That's so weird. I just noticed this in my book. There's actually a spread for one's month ahead. It's not 5 cards, it's 2 cards for every week. Anyway, we're doing it my way. Okay, Temperance, it wasn't you. Okay, someone different. Okay, let's get some clarity on this Temperance reversed here, okay? Yeah, I mean, it was the first thing that came to my mind was just an imbalance, being knocked off track in some way. And I do get the sense that this is not only work related, but possibly romantic related. I know with Samuel, being at your work, it's not ideal. It's got to be distracting. It's got to be disappointing. This Three of Swords. And yeah, this Page of Wands reversed is often a sign of general feelings of malaise or lack of focus or lack of motivation or lack of desire to take care of the things that one needs to take care of. He won't be there physically, but we have online meetings. Okay. Yeah, I see something, unfortunately, possibly disappointing you. But as you know, tarot is all about current energies, so I feel like this is heavily related to your work life. This Page of Wands reversed, Strength reversed are very very similar energies here, especially in relation to this, being knocked off balance with this Temperance reverse. Sorry, give me one moment. I'll be right back. Yeah, this in relation to this energy of imbalance. I mean, I feel like something's could just be winter blues too, love. This is also energy of winter blues that I've been picking up in other people's readings as well, including my own. Literally, girl, the last 9 days that I've pulled cards for myself, they've all been reversals and not good ones. Like my card today's the the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yesterday it was the Nine of Cups reversed. Um, yeah, no, it's wintertime is tough, and I don't want to just reduce it to it's winter, it's wintertime blues. Um, and I know it doesn't get super cold where you are, and I know there's sun, but it's the season. It's the season in general that I think bums anyone out. Um, yeah, and then with this Empress reversed card, I also want a little bit of clarity there. Um, Yeah, general feelings of insecurity, whether it be in regards to your work life, your life in general, um, but I just got I just like heard like the it's like the rug being pulled out from underneath you, causing some kind of imbalance, and I do have a strong sneaking suspicion that this is work related. Um, I don't think it's your entire life. I don't think it's absolutely everything, um, so to speak. But I do think that next month's going to be particularly challenging, um, on the work front. But again, it's also nothing that you can't take charge of and turn this around. You know, but I mean, it's tough. It's tough when it's hard for us to muster motivation or focus or like a general desire to like get things done that we need to get done. But I do believe that you'll be able to pull through this and make it. I know you'll be able to make it through this. And yeah, it just and it's certainly not dictating, the entirety of your year. As you know, we did a yearly reading for you, and that was not how I was seeing your year at all. But it also could be something coming to an end, love. You know, like I did tell you that I foresaw a new job on the horizon for you, um, coming in the not so distant future. I believe it was March I saw. Um, so it could be something coming to a head within your workplace, and deciding to move onwards. I would like to get laid off. I know, girl. I know you want to get laid off. I feel you there. I feel you. Because that would be the best escape route. It would bide you time to to find a new job, which is a full time job in and of itself. Um, yeah, but I don't feel like that's what's going on here. Your work really wants you and really needs you. I don't think they want to let go of you. Certainly not anytime soon. Um, but yeah, that is what I am seeing for you there. Um, yeah, January can just be a rough one for sure. That's why I'm getting out of Dodge. It's just too much. They're putting more pressure on you guys. Yeah, yeah. That was definitely the energy I was getting. Is like there was going to be like an onslaught of work and pressure. Um, yeah. I'm just going to stay in, focus on getting out. Yeah, I think that's the best strategy. I really do. Um, yeah. Well, love, that is what I am seeing for you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and you're a strong Taurus woman. You'll definitely make it through this. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Wendy. Thank you. Yeah, I was chatting with ChatGPT. It was like, so I'm going to London, and she set me up a whole itinerary of like different, like all the best drag bars to go to, all the best drag shows, all the Instagram drag queens to follow, and get all the good scoop on good shows, um, and an Ab Fab tour. That show Ab Fab. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like my favorite TV show ever. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go check out the house they filmed it at, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping it won't be pouring down. Although I have a really legit umbrella that I have at my friend's apartment in Paris. That it's like a bubble umbrella. It says "I Heart Paris," but you can. It's great because it covers everything, and it's clear, so you can see through it. So I don't mind walking in the rain. I got my boots. I got my Doc Martens. I can weather the storm. But yeah, no, I'm super stoked. It's gonna be chilly. It's gonna be chilly in Paris. It's gonna be chilly in Israel. It's gonna be chilly in England. I'm gonna be bringing lots of layers. And yeah, my friend was suggesting that I only bring one small suitcase. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. First of all, the only time I ever get to get dressed up is when I'm in Paris, so I need a little bit of variety. Second of all, winter clothes are bulky. Third of all, I think I need to bring two pieces of luggage, and I know it sucks because I'm gonna have to pay to check them in. But if I'm going away for the weekend, I'm gonna need some kind of weekend luggage, unless I just unpack everything and leave it at my place in Paris, and then just take my big suitcase with me. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm gonna do, but things to think about. Ooh, but I found this today. I was returning something at Nordstrom Rack, and I saw this as I was waiting in line. It's a universal travel adapter. I couldn't find my European travel adapter. It's somewhere, but I packed it recently when I moved. But and so I was like, oh, I might have to buy another one. But I'm so glad I saw this because I didn't even realize or think about the fact that, yeah, I'm going to need one for London as well. They have a whole different system in the UK. So this is awesome. This works in over 200 countries. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right, so we are all caught up with donations. So the donation queue is currently open. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you. Hi, Marissa. Yes, absolutely. I hope you're doing well. Oh no, something's on. Well, obviously something's on your mind. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a question. But I do know that feeling. I do know that feeling, girl. Hey, the truth always sets you free, though. I will say that. Yeah, I did a reading for myself actually a couple nights ago, and it was not what I wanted to see. But we have the power to turn it around for sure. Oh, you're all good. Oh, I was just saying I've been there where something's on your mind and it's like I want to know the truth. The truth sets me free. But yeah, I did a reading for myself the other night and it was not totally what I wanted to see, but at least I know now. Thank you very much, Marissa. Thank you. Did you want a 15 card reading or did you have multiple questions? Oh, don't cry, Marissa. Truth sets you free. Truth sets you free. And you might be pleasantly surprised. You never know. Did you want this to be a 15 card question? And I think we should rephrase it to why haven't why haven't the men that you have been interested in the past not chosen you? Has that always been the case? Or is it something just more that you've been noticing now? It's hard to find a connection. I'll say that. I'll say that. Someone who's been single for almost 5 years, and I was talking about it with my hairstylist today. It's true. It's hard to find a connection and have that reciprocal connection. So sometimes it can feel that way, you know. Let's see, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why Why have the men Marissa's been interested in lately not chosen her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why have the men Marissa's been interested in not chosen her in the past? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why have why are the men that Marissa is interested in why have they not chosen her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are the men who Marissa is interested in not chosen her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why have the men who Marissa is interested in not chosen her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in haven't chosen her yet? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in haven't chosen her yet? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in haven't chosen her yet? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in not chosen her yet? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? Masters and spirit guides, why have the men Marissa's interested in have yet to choose her? message that Spirit has heard, and anyone else is interested in it, I'd like to choose for it. This message that Spirit has heard, and anyone else is interested in it, I'd like to choose for it. This message that Spirit has heard, and anyone else is interested in it, I'd like to choose for it. And what's your sign again, Marissa? We have 3 of Cups, the Hanged Man, King of Cups reversed, 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords reversed, the Lovers, 5 of Cups reversed, the World, the Tower reversed, 8 of Wands, the Sun reversed, 2 of Swords reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, and 8 of Swords. Okay. I was trying to think of how Spirit was going to answer this, because it's not just one guy, and if, it's not going to be, just because one guy doesn't choose you, it's not necessarily going to be the same reason as another guy. And what I'm seeing here is Spirit is actually saying that you are noticing a pattern that's not a pattern. It's simply something that has happened lately, and as humans, we are to protect ourselves from pain and trauma. We recognize, we do our best to recognize patterns, and sometimes it brings to recognize it as an actual pattern makes it somewhat easier to understand. Not always, but it's a way for us to protect ourselves. And Spirit is saying, the great news that I'm seeing here is that this is not a pattern. This is not a pattern. This is not going to last forever. I definitely see you finding joy and finding happiness with someone of your choosing. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next week. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. I know your fortune's going to change. How long have you noticed this pattern for? Because I'll tell you this, as I get older, I've become more picky. I used to fall very quickly and easily in love and into relationships, and I just don't anymore. 5 years for you too, okay. And I don't know how old you are. I'm 40 next month. But the older I get, the pickier I get. And it can be very frustrating. It could be extremely frustrating, because I do date. I've put a hiatus on it. Okay, so you're 5 years younger than me. I've put a hiatus on dating for the past few months, but I try to put myself out there, even though it can really feel like a schlep. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yes, I've noticed that about myself as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's what you want to be. You want to be picky. You don't want to settle. You don't want to settle. And I've refused to settle myself. I made a vow to myself: no more settling. No more settling. And oftentimes when we do settle, we end up growing towards people that are not the best for us, that are not ideal for us. And Spirit is saying that not only is your luck going to change, and sooner than you think. Like I said, I can't promise this is going to happen tomorrow or next week, but I do feel like your luck's going to change at the very latest within the next year. Everyone reminds me of my child's father, and I just don't want that anymore. Oh, yeah, no. And I don't know why things ended with him. Maybe you've told me in the past, but you clearly had your reasons. And you need someone very different from him. But Spirit's also saying that you're definitely overthinking this with this Knight of Swords reversed. And you're human. Humans overthink things, especially when we're trying to protect ourselves from future harm, future hurt, you know. And Spirit's also saying you need to have a change of perspective here. You need to look at things differently. You can't look at this as a pattern. If you look at it as a pattern, it could compromise your faith in yourself, your faith in finding somebody, and could compromise your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and that radiates. Yeah, Spirit is saying there is a divinely ordained connection on the horizon with this Lover's card, and you haven't met him yet. You haven't met him yet. That's the truth. You haven't seen him yet. He hasn't seen you. You haven't seen him with this Sun reversed card. But you will meet him. You will, and and it's not going to be someone you're settling for. It's going to be someone who's really going to take you aback. This King of Cups reversed is a reminder of two things. One, you're operating from an emotional standpoint right now, which is perfectly natural. The tide's been rough. The tide has been rocky. But the wisdom of the King of Cups, his throne is on the ocean, and he has the wisdom of knowing that just as the ocean can be crazy at times, sometimes for extended amounts of times, it can also be placid for extended amounts of times as well. But it always returns to that placidity. When things are rocky, you've got to bear that in mind, that things will always get better. And to not see this, again, I was talking to my hairstylist about this morning. She's single as well. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Dee. She's single as well. She's about my age. Oh, wow. Interesting. He texted you. Okay. All right. How did that go? Let me finish this reading, and then I'm happy to talk to you. This Five of Cups reversed. He's wondering. Oh, well. Let me know in a moment. This Five of Cups reversed is saying to not have regrets, to not see this as your singledom as something negative right now, because you are gonna be with someone, and you're likely gonna be with your forever person. And I can't tell you, even the happiest of married couples always joke about the freedom and the things that they do miss about when they were single. Yeah, there's some things that aren't ideal, but there's always two sides of the coin in either being in a relationship or being on one's own. And yeah, Spirit is saying that this is that you're not seeing, you're blinded from the truth of things because you're seeing a pattern where there isn't an actual pattern. Hi, Austin. Welcome. I mean, technically, yes. I guess it has been a pattern, but it's when I say pattern, I don't mean that it's fated to repeat itself. It's simply not. It's just the way the cookie has crumbled over the past 5 years. And Spirit is saying that it's you are worth defending. You are worth an amazing guy. And to not give up hope, to not give up faith. You absolutely will meet the person for you. With this beautiful world card, the opportunity is definitely out there. It's definitely available for you. And the truth will be revealed with this Seven of Swords reversed. And you'll be with a good guy. Again, you won't be settling. I'm not saying that you've settled with every person you've been with. That's not what I'm saying. But you definitely will not be settling for anything or anyone. And yeah, I feel like this is a good person coming into your life, because no one good comes easily or quickly into our lives. Nothing good comes quickly or easily. It takes time to establish connections. It takes time to find the right person for us who likes us reciprocally. That has been, I don't want to call it a pattern, but that was something that was frustrating me about dating the later part of this year was I was going on dates, and if I liked the guy, he didn't like me. And if I didn't like the guy, he was into me. And I sometimes wonder if I started to manifest that because, like all humans, I kind of went in the direction you did and thought, is this a pattern? Is this a pattern? But the truth of the matter is just we just didn't have a connection. For whatever reason, it doesn't mean that there isn't a decent person out there for either of us. It just takes time. It's definitely worth holding on to, having this faith that someone that of your choosing will choose you as well. Definitely worth holding on to, and to remain to continue allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to fall in love, to find the love that you deserve, that you want, and to release yourself from these very limiting thoughts, that this is a pattern, because like I mentioned, that can really compromise possibly your self-esteem, your sense of agency, your sense of idealism and optimism, and I know it can feel discouraging at times, and very frustrating, but the right one's coming towards you, and it will feel so wonderful. It really will, and you'll know when you've met him. There will be reciprocal feelings, and those feelings, you don't have when you don't have to question where they are emotionally or physically. That's when you know it's real. That's when you know that it's the real deal. So it's not a pattern, it's a happenstance. It's something that has happened over the past number of years, but it's certainly not a pattern that's going to continue repeating itself in any way. I can't guarantee that it won't happen again, just as I can't promise myself that it won't happen again to me. It likely will, but I also will likely meet the person who I'm supposed to be with. It just takes time and patience, unfortunately. And this again, talking to my hairstylist, she was like, and they always say you find love when you're not looking for it. And she asked me if I thought that was true. I was like, partially. I mean, like, my brother met his fiance when he wasn't looking for love. He just happened to find her, but it's harder when you're an introvert and maybe you're not involved in a lot of, like, in meeting lots of new people, or you don't live in a major city where you're constantly meeting new people. So I think it depends on the person. I think putting yourself out there is good, either organically and or online. Just getting to know people, meeting new people, and also not putting pressure on yourself either, or seeing anything wrong with you, because you're not flawed, love. It just was a misconnection. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Marissa. Thank you. I really appreciate you, and hope I brought you some clarity there. All right. Dee, I don't know if you're still there, love. Do you want to tell me? So he asked why you ended things. So you didn't tell him. Your intuition just said, "Girl, you gotta go." Are you gonna maintain that boundary, or are you thinking about it, or did you give him an answer? All right, so it is that time of night. It is last call for all donations. Last call night for any and all donations. Yes, he's asking, and I left him on red. Okay, so you haven't responded. Interesting. You have not responded. Okay. Oops, I did that wrong. Last call tonight for donations. Last call, everybody. Thank you. So you left him on red. I think that was a wise decision. Gives you time to think if you want to respond to him and how you want to respond to him, you know. Yeah. A part of me is like, wow, but another part of me is like, I've been here overthinking, suffering, and crying, and now he's asking. Yeah, it sure took him a while. 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks. Took him a while there. I thank you for asking, Austin. I actually neglected to mention it earlier. I'm using the Wise Spell tarot deck. I don't know what Wise Spell is. I believe that they're their own publishing company. Beautiful. It's one of the few more traditional RWS decks that I have. It's just gold embossed. It's very nice. Thank you. My mom is like, his other option didn't work. Oh, you think so? Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I mean, yeah, because it sure took him a long time. 2 weeks. Like he's just not mature. He's not on your level maturity wise. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Thank you. Yeah, no. It's almost like, yeah, too little, too late here. Something doesn't feel right. I do feel like he looks like ancient Greek art. It's just the traditional like RWS art. But I guess kind of, yeah, that kind of looks like a toga, maybe a little bit. Yeah, they're very beautiful. Thank you. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Thank you very much. Again, I will be out of the country from the 5th of January to the 26th. I will do my very best to go on when I can, given timing limitations and Wi-Fi limitations. My mom's like, see, you're not easily... Oh, no, you're not. You're not easily replaceable. No. But the problem is, I think he just sees all women as easily replaceable. I think that I'm not saying he didn't value you and doesn't value you. I do believe he does. But I think that I just don't think he has a huge amount of respect for women in general. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call if you have a question that you would like me to answer for you. I am here. Thank you. All right, it looks like everyone is taken care of tonight. I'm planning on visiting Greece in 2027. Oh, fantastic. Very cool. I've never been, like I mentioned, I've never been to Greece. Damn, I could take the train there, but I already planned a trip to London. I know Greece is pretty cheap. London's pretty not, but I just wanted to do a pilgrimage there. But hi, Mercedes. Welcome, welcome. Did you slip in like Indiana Jones? Because I was just almost about to close out my live stream, but if you want a reading, I'm more than happy to read for you. I still got gas in my tank. Yeah, especially with why I left him in the first place. So I feel like it's a power play. Me too. Me too. And again, I don't want to keep on defaulting to, oh, well, there's an age gap, but they will use that sometimes. I just came on. I would love a reading. You got it, girl. You got it. No problem at all. I will wait for your donation and we will commence. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yeah, girl, Miss D, you are not easily replaceable at all. I just think this guy's bit of a schmuck. I'm sure he has some nice qualities. I have no doubt. You had your reasons for liking him, but in the long run, I just get a bad feeling. Thank you very much, Mercedes, for your donation. Thank you, thank you. I was just going to ask, would you like an expanded? You got it. You got it. I would like to know what's coming up for me, what Spirit wants me to know, of course. Sorry, give me one second. All right, Mercedes. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, please provide Mercedes with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Okay, love. We have Page of Swords reversed, Temperance, Five of Cups reversed, Knight of Cups, the Star reversed, the Lovers, Two of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords reversed, the Hanged Man, the Chariot reversed, Seven of Swords reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So I did a general reading for a client of mine earlier, and his first card was the Page of Swords reversed as well. This tells me that there's something that you're and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's something that you're kind of down in the dumps about right now, and you may be you may be unclear about what's going on as well, and it may have to do with a romantic situation. I am seeing some romance cards here. Um, we've got this Page of Swords reverse, the Lovers and the Chariot reverse. Yeah, does it have to do with things not moving forward, and or possibly either it could be two things with the Chariot reverse: things not moving forward, things feeling stagnant in this connection, and you're feeling left in the dark, and it's kind of giving you the blues. It's not making you happy. It's the Page of Swords reverse. Page of Swords upright always has their head above the clouds. Page of Swords, I'm so sorry you recently broke up with someone. I'm so sorry, love. Jeez Louise, there's just breakups left, right, and center. I don't know what it is about the wintertime, but like I got dumped during wintertime in the past, and I almost failed all my exams. It was terrible, and it just like it was a bummer. Well, actually, I had my best friend, and she had just been broken up with the month before, so we really like got very close that winter break. It was during summer or during when I was in college, so it was, and it was good riddance. I shouldn't have been with him, and it was bad. It was bad news. As she shouldn't have been with her guy either, but we had each other. Yeah, but it would have been rough if I hadn't have had her. We called ourselves the Lonely Hearts Club. It was me, our gay friend Brandon, and our straight friend Chuck. And it's legal now, so I can say it, okay? But it wasn't then. We used to smoke weed together, and we would listen to like sad like Smith songs, and we called ourselves the Lonely Hearts Club. Yeah, no, it was, and we like listen like this is a song that reminded me of him, and like we would just share our trauma and cry about it, get it all out, and then laugh about it. And yeah, no, it was, but it's tough. I can't imagine, and I always think about. I do too. I do too. I heard a cover of "There Is a Light That Never Goes Out" today when I was at Nordstrom Rack. It wasn't very good. The original's the best. um, Although there's some good Smiths covers too. Um, but yeah, so you just broke up with someone. I'm so sorry, love. Yeah, and you still have affection for them. I see, but it just wasn't. I'm assuming it just wasn't going in the direction you wanted it to in the time frame that you wanted it to. Um, the good news is that Spirit's saying that balance is going to be restored with this Temperance card. Um, but do give it some patience. I can't say that balance is going to be restored overnight. And when I say balance being restored, I don't necessarily mean that the two of you are going to get back together. It's possible. Did you break up with him or? Oh, you did. You recently broke up. Okay, so you broke up with someone. I mean, it hurts either way. It hurts either. It hurts dumping someone because we don't want to hurt them, and or we want to be with them and they're just not helping us and they're not serving us. It was mutual. Okay, okay. And it's been a little over a month. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. That sucks. Sorry, my eye just started watering. I promise I'm not crying. I'm crying for you, girl. No, I just thought, oh, what just got in my eye? Some eye makeup or something? I don't know. Like, we both walked away. Okay, and how long were the two of you dating? Yeah, balance will be restored. I don't know if you want to get back together with him. You know, he may return. Balance definitely is going to be restored. Um, and I do see that he might return over a year. I did not know you were dating someone for over a year. I didn't know you had a boyfriend. Maybe I did know that. I probably did. I read enough for you. Um, and these little bits of information that you feel you're not privy to will come to light with the Seven of Swords reverse. I do, but not if you can't commit fully. Yeah, yeah, and that's probably what you're being what you're suspicious of is is he stepping out? You know, it was complicated. Oh, I don't remember the name, but I do. Yeah, I do remember a complicated, difficult guy in your life. Yeah. Okay. So it was it kind of off and on, or he just couldn't commit fully? Yeah, that's this Chariot reverse. That's this Chariot reversed. And Spirit's saying they fully understand that this hurts. This is a loss. And loss is hurt. But not all is lost, and you will absolutely heal from this, and balance will be restored with this beautiful Six of Pentacles right here in the center. Balance will be restored. And do your best not to compare this relationship to any other relationship you've had in the past, or relationships friends of yours have had in the past. Every journey, every connection is unique to you and you alone, to the people involved. So and it's hard not to make comparisons. It's hard not to find patterns in things. As I was saying to Marissa earlier, it's human nature when we've experienced disappointment. And here's where I see him possibly coming back into your life, girl. We've got this Knight of Cups. And again, when I say I see him coming back into your life, I don't think it's going to happen immediately. I'm thinking around possibly right before Valentine's. He's going to get lonely. The January blues are going to get to him. And I think he's going to reach out to you because he doesn't want this to come to a complete end with this Ten of Swords reversed. And you're definitely on his mind. I'll tell you that. He has not let go of you mentally, emotionally. However, if you want, of course you want Spirit's advice. That's what you came here for. But I'm with Spirit. I'll give you my advice too, because it's exactly the same as Spirit's. I don't think that you should go. If he does come back to you, I think you should keep this broken. Keep this. I wouldn't restart things. Even though it's tempting, especially around that time of year, I'm hoping you'll have met a new gentleman at that point, or have just realized and had enough time to reflect on all the reasons why it wasn't working, you know? Because Spirit's saying a few things here. They're saying that, not that the magic's gone, but a lot of the positive things that were there between you and Billy are likely not going to return. People behave differently at the beginnings of relationships, and then sadly their true colors start to show. I shouldn't say sadly, because some people's true colors are absolutely beautiful. But some people don't have the brightest colors and have kind of a side that's not ideal for relationships. And Spirit's saying that it's time to reflect. It's time to see this from a different perspective, if you can. It's difficult. It's really hard. But to do your best to not idealize the good times that you had with him. And when those memories do pop into your head, this is going to sound like mental torture, I know, but it's a tool that helps me. When I've gone through a breakup and I think, oh, that wonderful, great time, I force myself to remember a time that, like, really, really hurt me and traumatized me or affected me very, very horribly, that they did to me. And I don't want to give you homework, and Spirit isn't saying this, but I even do this sometimes. I'll make a list of, like, oh, there was this good memory. Well, let's remember this bad memory. And it's almost like a pros and cons list, but it's more like, did the good outweigh the bad? Because oftentimes when a breakup happens, especially if it's mutual, it's because it's broken. It's because the relationship's broken. And sometimes they can be fixed, but some things can't be fixed, especially if both people aren't entirely on board, and if he's not willing to fully commit to you, which you deserve and want and need, it's just not, it won't work. Knight of Pentacles reversed, it just won't work. So I would even suggest making a list of the good times and the bad times and see which side outweighs the other. And if you genuinely find that there were far better qualities in him and kind actions towards you than outweighed the bad, and that's great. But also make a mental note of when those things happened. Were they all happening at the beginning of the relationship and then things went sour and he started to show his true colors, or did it go back and forth? You know what I mean? So yeah, Spirit's definitely acknowledging this breakup here in a major way. I'm so sorry that you've gone through a breakup. That's never ever fun, ever. Necessary sometimes, and sounds like it may have been. So yeah, I think you've got a really strong intuition, and you listened to your intuition, and there's definitely no harm in further reflection here as well. But that is what I'm seeing, love. Thank you, Mercedes. Thank you. I really appreciate you, and hope you had a lovely holiday time despite what just went down a month ago. Hope you had a lovely time with loved ones and a nice break. Thank you very much again, love. Thank you. Yeah, I did. It was really nice. It was very nice. All right. So we are all caught up with donations. So I'm going to do another last call for donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here for you and would love to read for you. Last call tonight, last call for all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for donations. Thank you very much. call tonight for all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody, tonight. All right, looks like everyone's happy and taken care of. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.